Today you're going to take the pharaoh step-by-step picture that I posted on Schoology, and you're going to draw a pharaoh. So the first step is to start with this U shape, and you're going to put that right in the middle of your paper and try to make it pretty big. You don't want your pharaoh to be teeny tiny. And then you draw a straight line across and then another straight line across, and they don't have to be exactly straight lines. Then you want to go ahead and add the facial features. You can add the ears on the sides, and you can add the eyes, which is going to be a football shape with a circle on the inside. And pharaohs and ancient Egyptian people would wear eyeliner, so you can add that little piece off the side like that. And then the eyebrows are just like a curved line, and then you curve it around and come back to a point. Curved line, curve it around, back to a point. The nose is kind of a straight line down, and then it gets a little bit wider with a little curve on one side and another little curve on the other side. I don't really care for the way they drew the lips here because this just looks like a circle with a line down the center, so I'm going to make my lips look a little bit more realistic. So I usually put the two bumps in the center for the top lip, and then I go straight across, and then I curve it on the bottom. I like that lips better. Okay, that's step number 2. Moving on to the next step, we're going to add on this big hat onto the pharaoh. So this one is probably the trickiest part because you have to start kind of like where the chin is here. So if you want to make like an imaginary line over to here, because that's where this starts, and it curves up and down and then stops again where the chin is. So curves up all the way around and then stops about where the chin is. So I might need to erase just a little bit. Okay, so that part is the trickiest part, to try to get that all lined up. And then once you have that, this part comes straight down to the bottom of your paper, and this part comes straight down. This is not the neck. Okay, even though it kind of looks like a neck, it's actually, this part is part of the hat on this side, and this part is part of the hat on this side. So don't be confused. This is not the neck of the pharaoh. This is a mask that would be put onto the pharaoh. So this is not the neck. This part curves down and connects right there. This part does the same thing and curves around and connects right there. This should be a little bit more rounded, I think. Okay, so that is step number 3, except for we forgot this little tiny part at the top of his hat. Okay, and then the last part, this part you might want to get a ruler if you have a ruler, or if you have like a notebook or something you can use to draw straight lines, because the last step, the 4th step, is drawing all these stripes. So if you have a ruler, you can line it up. And the easiest way to do it is to start on the corner, because these lines at the top go up and down, and then once you pass the corner, then all the rest of the lines go across. So let's do a line on the corners first. So they go kind of almost diagonal a little bit, but they do go up and down. And then you can draw a line, slide your ruler, draw a line, slide your ruler, and you're just drawing them up and down all the way across the top of the hat. Now this part is a little bit trickier because you want your lines to line up on this side of the hat and this side of the hat, but you don't want to draw a line the whole way across the face. So this gets a little bit tricky. So draw a line on this part of the hat, skip across the face, and then on the other side of the hat. Then slide your ruler down and draw a line on this side of the hat, skip over the face, and then draw another line. So you keep doing that the whole way down. Don't draw too many lines because some people draw the stripes like really close together, and that's gonna be a little bit trickier when you go to color your pharaoh because you have to do a color pattern for the coloring part, and if you have way too many stripes, that's gonna take a long time to color because you're gonna have to go every other section. So make sure that these lines that you're drawing here are not too close together. Space them out nicely, just like they're spaced out nicely on here. All right, now once you have those lines drawn, that was the last step and you are done for today, but your pharaoh is not done because next week we need to color it. If you want to get a head start on next week, you can take a Sharpie and trace all of your pencil lines, and then you'll be ready for coloring next week. So put this paper in a safe place and I'll show you how to color it next week.